അടുത്ത questionൽ they've asked to choose the odd image out. So we can clearly say that it is option B because that is a modern construction. Next question. The 4x4 house, which was designed in 2003 on the left, was designed by Tedo Ando in Hyogo, Japan. It has a twin on the right, designed by the same architect, but constructed with different materials. What are they? Options are concrete and steel, stone and concrete, concrete and wood, concrete and aluminum panels. So this is built using different material palettes, but it appears the same. പക്ഷെ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത് is concrete for the left and wood for the right. Also laminated pine and Polonia timbers were used. So the correct option is option C, concrete and wood. അടുത്ത question. This famous drawing on human proportions is drawn by who? ഈ ഇമേജിൽ കാണുന്ന ഹ്യൂമൻ പ്രൊപ്പോർഷൻസിന്റെ ഫേമസ് ഡ്രോയിങ് ആരാണ് വരച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? വിട്രൂവിയസ് ആണോ, പോൾ ക്ലീ ആണോ, ലിയോനാർഡോ ഡാവിഞ്ചി, or is it Le Corbusier? The correct answer is Vitruvius. That's option A. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിൽ നെയിം ദ കൺട്രി ഫ്രം ദിസ് ഫ്ലാഗ്. ഏത് കൺട്രിയുടെ ഫ്ലാഗ് ആണ് ഈ ഇമേജിൽ കാണുന്നത്? ചിലി ആണോ, ഓസ്ട്രിയ ആണോ, യുക്രൈൻ, or is it Sri Lanka? The correct answer is option C, that is Ukraine. Next question. What is the name of this traditional game played in the Indian subcontinent? ഈ ഇമേജിൽ കാണുന്നത് it is a picture of a traditional game that is played in the Indian subcontinent. ആ ഗെയിമിന്റെ പേരെന്താണെന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. Is it Bakchal, Pachisi, Batukli, or Chadurunga? The answer is Bakchal. Bakchal നേപ്പാളിൽ ഒറിജിനേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഗെയിമാണ്. It is basically played by two players, and that is a board game. It is an asymmetrical board game where one player controls 4 tigers and the other player controls up to 20 goats. So the tiger hunts the goat while the goats attempt to block the tiger's movement. So it's a Nepal originated game. So the correct answer is option E, Bakchal. Next question. The image shown below is part of a logo. Identify. ഈ അടിയിൽ കാണുന്ന image is actually a part of a logo. Identify ചെയ്യാനാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. So the options are Archaeological Survey of India, State Archaeology Department, National Museum, or Indian Institute of Architects. The correct answer is option D. That's Indian Institute of Architects, or IIA. Next question, they've asked to identify the historical monument. ഈ ഇമേജിൽ കാണുന്ന historical monument ഏതാണ്? Is it Madhavrao Scindia Mahal? Is it Amber in Rajasthan? Is it Jaipur Palace? Or is it Mysore Palace? The correct answer is option D, that's Mysore Palace. Next question. Identify the correct side front view for the given 3D volume as indicated by the arrow from the options given below. So we have an orthographic question here. ആ arrow മാർക്കിന് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ കാണുന്ന ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂ ഈ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ ഏതാണ്? Is the question. The correct answer is option C. Next question. Identify the correct 3D figure from amongst the answer figures, which has the top view, front view, and right side view as given in the problem figure, looking in the direction of the arrow. So the front view, left-hand side view, തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. We are supposed to identify ഏത് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂവും ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സൈഡ് വ്യൂ ആണ് തന്നിട്ടുള്ളത് എന്ന്. The correct answer is option D. Next question. Identify the correct mirror view for the given 3D volume. ഈ ഇമേജിൽ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള മിറർ വ്യൂ ആണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. The correct ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആൻസർ is option A. Next question. If the arrow marks the direction of light, which will be the image of the object with the correct shadow from the given answer options? അവരുടെ ഇമേജ് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് and they have marked the light source. ആ ലൈറ്റ് സോഴ്സിൽ നിന്ന് ലൈറ്റ് ഈ ഒരു വീട്ടിലേക്ക് അടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഏത് സൈഡിലേക്കാണ് ഷാഡോ വരിക and which is the correct option? The correct option is B. Next question. Identify the correct top view for the given 3D form. ഈ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള വോള്യൂമിന്റെ correct top view ഏതാണ്? And 4 options are given. So the correct answer is option B. Next question. This is the famous work of Vincent van Gogh. What is the name of the painting? The correct answer is Starry Night, which is option D. Next question. What is the emotion or attribute that is associated with the color brown? So brown color ഏത് ഇമോഷൻസിനെയാണ് ഡിപ്പിക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? And we have 4 options here. Option A is neutral, formal, gloomy. Option B is clean, virtuous, healthy. Option C is earthy, sturdy, rustic. And option D is luxurious, mysterious, romantic. The correct answer is option C. That's earthy, sturdy, and rustic. அடுத்த question. In the 12 colors of color wheel derived from the RGB color wheel, what is the color opposite to red? The 12 colors in the color wheel, what is the color opposite to red? The color opposite to red is green. So the option A is correct. That's green. അടുത്ത question. Identify the appropriate style of painting in the given picture. ഈ ഒരു പിക്ചർ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു പെയിന്റിങ്ങിന്റെയാണ് and they have asked to identify the appropriate style of painting. Is it drip painting? Is it action painting? Is it pointillism? Or is it a gore artwork? So the correct answer is option B, that is action painting. So drip painting എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ക്യാൻവാസിന്റെ മേലെ പെയിന്റ് വെച്ചിട്ട് it basically drips down. So that is the kind of painting drip painting is. Action painting is a kind of painting where paint is spontaneously dribbled, splashed, or smeared onto the canvas rather than being carefully applied. ഇതിന്റെ വേറൊരു പേര് is gestural abstraction. So action painting, നമുക്ക് കാണുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റും അല്ലേ, that it is dribbled അല്ലെങ്കിൽ splashed or smeared onto a canvas. And gore artwork is basically something that has some wounds അല്ലെങ്കിൽ some kind of injury. അങ്ങനത്തെ kind of paintings and basically which is gore artwork. அடுத்த question. This type of artwork belongs to a particular style. Identify. ഈ താഴെ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന artwork ഏത് സ്റ്റൈലിന്റെയാണ്? What style does it belong to? Is it Renaissance, medieval, Tudor, or Roman? The answer is Renaissance art. So medieval art എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് was basically an abstract form. So Renaissance made a gradual shift from the medieval artwork. So Renaissance art identify ചെയ്യാൻ the subjects basically grew more biblical scenes to include portraits and episodes from classical religion and events from contemporary life. So those kind of paintings are a part of Renaissance period. So the answer is option A, Renaissance. Next question. Identify the 4 most important visual principles in the given two-dimensional black and white composition. So here composition roughly that we are supposed to identify 4 most important visual principles. So we can see that there's balance and a focal point under. Also there's contrast as well as foreground and background. So the answer is balance, focal point, contrast, and foreground, background. So option A, B, D, and G. அடுத்த question. Identify the 4 most important visual principles or elements in the given black and white photograph given below. So അടിയിൽ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന image refer ചെയ്തിട്ട് we are supposed to identify 4 most important visual principles or elements. So firstly, we can see depth. Also, it is a little distorted, so there's a distortion. Then we can see a pattern. There's also repetition and contrast. So the correct answers are option C, D, E, G, and H. അടുത്ത question. Identify the four most important visual elements, principles in the color composition given below. So, അടിയിൽ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഇമേജിന്റെ ബേസിസിൽ we are supposed to identify four most important visual elements or principles. So, ആദ്യം we can actually see focus. So, we see a pink color lotus. And there's contrast. There's usage of complementary colors. And there's segregation between foreground and background. So the answers are option A, D, E, and G. Next question is to identify the artist from the sketch. So ഇവിടെ ഒരു artwork തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ artwork ചെയ്ത artist ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാനാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. The options are Manjit Bava, Picasso, Henry Matisse, and Satish Gujarat. The correct answer is option A, that's Manjit Bava. He is an artist from Punjab. Manjit Bava's artworks are distinguishable in the colors. So he was one of the first painters to break out of the dominant grays and browns and opted for more traditional Indian colors like pinks, reds, violet. So that's how we can identify that this is the artwork done by Manjit Bava. அடுத்த question. A popular chair designed by architect Eero Saarinen is well known as. Eero Saarinen, one of the famous architect, designed ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള chair ആണ് ഈ ഇമേജിൽ കാണുന്നത്. And they have asked to identify the name of it. Is it a wine glass chair, white and red chair, a bucket chair, or a tulip chair? The answer is a tulip chair. This is a very famous chair designed by architect Eero Saarinen, and it is called tulip chair. Next question is to identify the artist of the famous work shown below. ഈ അടിയിൽ കാണുന്ന ഇമേജിൽ we can see a sculpture. ഈ sculpture ആരാണ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്? Is it Henry Matisse, Henry Moore, Henry Adams, or Anish Kapoor? The answer is Henry Moore. That's option B. He's an English artist who's best known for semi-abstract monumental bronze sculpture, which are located around the world as public works of art. So the correct option is option B, that's Henry Moore. Next question, they've asked to identify the correct shadow of Nancy. So Nancy, there a picture left side la തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. Nancy's correct shadow ഏതാണെന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. And there are 10 options. We're supposed to find the correct one. The correct option is option 7. Next question, they've given us some symbols. The symbols in the given image are associated with which of the following? ഈ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള symbols is associated to which of the following? Is it building signages, vehicle warning signs, food and beverage, or sustainable principles. So we can see fuel, battery, brakes, ABS. We know that it is vehicle warning signs. So the correct answer is option B. Next question. Identify the font style matching the font style of the word architecture and design from the options given below. So architecture and design ഒരു ഫോണ്ടിൽ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. താഴെ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസിലത്തെ നമ്പേഴ്സ് is of this font. അത് ഏത് ഓപ്ഷനാണ് എന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. So the option is B. B is the correct answer. 9 is actually written in the same font as architecture and design. Next question is to identify two similar keys from the image set provided below. അടിയിൽ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള 15 ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ 2 key has same similarity. So they've asked us to find the correct answer. So the correct answer is 6 and 14. Next question. If diamond is called gold, gold is called silver, silver is called ruby, and ruby is called emerald, which is the cheapest jewel? So the answer is D, ruby, because silver is called ruby in the question. So the answer is ruby. That's option D. At the question, A and B are brothers, C and D are sisters. A's son is D's brother. How is B related to C? I'll repeat. A and B are brothers, C and D are sisters. A's son is D's brother. How is B related to C? The answer is uncle, which is option B. Next question. Which of the following is always found in bravery? Bravery എപ്പോഴും കാണുന്ന ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റി ഏതാണെന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. And the answer is courage. Option C. അടുത്ത question. In a row of 40 girls, when Komal was shifted to her left by 4 places, a number from the left end of the row became 10. What was the number of Swati from the right end of the row if Swati was 3 places to the right of Komal's original position? So, a row which has 40 girls. So, Komal was shifted to her left side, like in 4 places shifted. Her number from the left end of the row became 10. So, left side, her number became 10. So, what was the number of Swati from the right end of the row? If Swati was 3 places to the right of Komal's original position. So, the answer is 24. Option B. Next question. Find the appropriate figure from the alternatives given below which fits into the blank space of the problem figure indicated by a question mark. So, 4 options തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇതിലുള്ള ഏത് ഫിഗറാണ് പ്രോബ്ലം ഫിഗറിന്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ മാർക്കിൽ ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആവുക. The correct answer is option B. In this question, the main figure is embedded one of the four option figures. Identify from the options given. So, ഈ ഒരു given figure താഴെ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ ഏതോ ഒരു ഓപ്ഷനിൽ it is embedded in it. So, we are supposed to identify the correct option. The correct option is D. Next question. The V sign is a hand gesture as seen in the image below. When its usage was first introduced in January 1941, what did it stand for? So V was for victory when it was first introduced. So the correct answer is option D, victory sign. Next question, they have asked to identify the correct representation of Google Photos. Google Photos in the correct representation ഏതാണെന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. So there are 4 options. The correct answer is option D. Next question. Identify the movie series from which the still is taken. ഇതൊരു മൂവി സീരീസിന്റെ ഒരു still ആണ്. ഏത് മൂവിയാണ് ഈ ഒരു still ഉള്ളത്? So the questions, the answers are James Bond, X-Men, Matrix, or Fast and Furious. The correct answer is Matrix, which is option C. Image below shows a part of a popular building product. Identify. താഴെ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള image, it shows a part of a popular building product. The options are Asian Paints, Nerolac Paints, Johnson Tiles, or Dulux Paints. The answer is Johnson Tiles, option C. The image given below is that of Villa Savoy designed by Le Corbusier. Identify 4 architectural components from the choices given below. So, image is of Villa Savoy, which is designed by Le Corbusier. They've asked us to identify 4 architectural components. So, first of all, we see the staircase headroom, and then we see a grid. Also, we see a horizontal window and a terrace. The options are A, D, F, and H. Identify 4 architectural components in the interior image of a pharmacy given below. Marks will be awarded only if all the answers are right. So, അടിയിൽ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള image ഒരു pharmacyന്റെ interior image ആണ്. We're supposed to identify 4 architectural components. So, firstly, we see the tubular truss. Then we see the atrium. And then we can see the ramp. Also, a mezzanine floor. So the answers are A, B, E, and F. Here in this image, they have asked us to identify the 4 most appropriate architectural building components in the apartment illustrated below. So adile thannittula image is of an apartment, and they've asked us to identify 4 most appropriate architectural building components. So first of all, we can see glass panels, പിന്നെ pigmented concrete walls കാണാം. We can see the terrace. Also view frames. So the correct options are D, E, F, and H. In this question, they've asked us to identify 4 architectural components that you find in the interior image of a hotel. അടിയിൽ തന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഹോട്ടലിന്റെ ഇമേജിൽ 4 ആർക്കിടെക്ചറൽ കോമ്പണൻസ് ഏതൊക്കെയാണെന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. So first of all, we can see a rock garden. Then we can see cantilevers. പിന്നെ we can see exposed concrete. പിന്നെ നമുക്കൊരു സിറ്റിംഗ് ഡെക്ക് കാണാം. The correct options are option A, option D, option E, and option H.